Hello and welcome to Beach View, our podcast about different stuff and/or things.
Hey, how's it going today? We're going to talk about some really fun YouTube videos.
Yep. I compiled another list of short YouTube videos. This time I didn't worry about, their obscurity or anything, although some of them are pretty low view. I just picked some that I liked, thought were funny, and such.
Yeah.
And made a list.
Well, I always like these episodes because they're always just kind of off the wall. Like you said, some of them are low views and some of them are really popular from 10 years ago, you know? So I enjoy watching these because they're just so random.
Yep. So you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. So our first one, how would you describe this one? It's Les Miserables YouTube Poop is what it says.
Yes, that's what I labeled it. The official title is 24601 releases as a sandwich on patrol.
Yeah.
And this is a YouTube poop, which is a genre of YouTube video that's been around basically since the beginning of the platform. This video in particular is from 2013, which is a bit after I stopped watching YouTube poops. But it's basically this. I picked this in part because I think it's a good example of the genre. And it's, just people doing wacky things with editing where they'll take something and then, how in this video they'll, just take a phrase and then, warble it back and forth with editing, or just, cut stuff around to make them say funny things.
I did not know YouTube poop was a genre, and I like it, though, because I feel like it is an apt description of what this is. So basically, you see, I guess it's pieces from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, they're just kind of warped and, different editing. And it's just kind of put together in a funny way, I guess. In a totally off the wall kind of way. So I thought this was pretty funny. One of the things I did not understand at one point, they have hats on, and one of them's a Mario hat. What's the Mario hat about?
Okay, so that's actually one of the things about YouTube poops that this one doesn't actually do. I don't know if that's something that's changed since the early days of YouTube poops, but they were notorious for referencing other things or bringing in popular audios.
Oh, okay.
This one doesn't actually do that, but it does reference it. So when they're saying yes and no, It pops on the Mario hat and the, I believe, M. Bison hat from Street Fighter.
Oh, I didn't know what that was. Okay.
Okay, yeah, and the hats are, because there were famous audio clips of those characters saying yes and no, respectively.
Oh, okay. I knew it was a reference to something, and I just didn't know, I just was not getting it, yeah.
There's a clip from the Mario cartoon where Mario says no, and I guess people thought that was funny because that was everywhere around this time, 2013 and earlier.
Okay. I didn't know that. No, I thought this one was kind of funny. So random, and I like the remix at the end.
Oh, yeah.
At the end, they put it to a beat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a dubstep thing. That's very of this era. The early, 2008 or so YouTube poops probably wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
They would have went with a different genre if they did do that.
Oh, okay. Well, so what did you think of this video?
I think it's funny.
It is pretty funny.
I like the beginning where he's just saying a bunch of numbers and he's like, yeah. You know what that means? That means I'm free. And he's just like, no.
Yeah. And they're singing it, which is funny, you know. It's so random.
Or that bit where he's like, you'll starve again. Lol.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my sister's baby, my sister's child needed some food. Pretty funny, so.
Well, that's from the original.
Yeah, no, I know. I just thought it was how does this fit into, I guess the sandwich, but it's just funny. All right. You ready for the next?
Yep. And that is Yi. What'd you think of this one?
I thought it was funny. So Yi is only, it's two dinosaurs, right?
Yep.
And they're kind of funny looking, and it's basically like one dinosaur just says, yee! Or however he says it. I'm sure I put the wrong inflection on that.
You put a bit too much energy on it. Yeah, he's kind of like...
yeah.
He sounds kind of like out of it. Just like,
yes.
yee.
Yeah, there you go. And so I wrote LOL next to my notes on that one. It's so random, but it's one of those, good ones.
Yeah, this is a pretty popular, 88 million views. I'm sure there's been other, like, millions of views from other re-uploads of this. I don't know the, like, history or context here. Just that this got passed around a lot. It's obviously from some cartoon.
Yeah.
I know people have dug up the, like, where this is from. It's some, like, cartoon with, these dinosaurs singing a song, and then just one of them says yee in a funny way, so that caught on, and people really liked that.
I like when people just grab on to the most, like, random things, and it becomes, like, a viral, sensation, and it's just so completely random. So that one was pretty funny.
Also,
Highly
the
recommend.
faces are kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
they look kind of like human faces. Like, if you took human faces and put them on a dinosaur.
Yes, it's very odd, but it's very short, so it just makes it funnier, because there's no, like, other reference or, any context. It's just, like, two dinosaurs. It's
Yep.
pretty funny. All right, the third one.
Yes, Garfield.
Garfield. Yeah, Garfief.
So, this is another Garfield one, reminiscent of our the last time we did this, where I did a Garfield one.
Yes.
And on top of that, this is made by the same person who did the Grinch, thing we watched last time.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Because I wrote a note. I was like, did we watch this one before? But no, we watched a similar one.
Yes.
And we watched the Grinch.
Yeah, it's the same sort of, like, MS Paint style.
Yes.
This one's a lot less coherent in its art style, but it's, it's basically just someone doing a Garfield riff and, like, putting emphasis on certain, Okay, so I think it's actual people talking, but it is done in a way that makes it sound like text-to-speech.
Yes.
Which makes it really funny to me, but it's just basic Garfield stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like how he says lasagna, or something like that. It was just like, he's trying to say lasagna, because Garfield notoriously eats lasagna, and he's like lasagna. And I thought this was also funny because John, Garfield's owner, is so negative. He's like, where are the taco shells? Garfield's like, I ate it, basically. So I thought that was kind of funny, because it's like, it just went, took the regular Garfield and made it a little more negative, a little more,
yeah, that's
I guess
true.
Garfield's a little more irreverent. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
I like the part where he's like, I'm going to kick Odie off the table.
Yeah. He's like, no, that is our dog.
Go into orbit, you stupid mutt.
And like you said, the MS Paint looking style of illustration, it just makes it funny.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it. I always enjoy when cats are kind of buttholes, so really funny.
Yeah, well, at least they usually don't eat all your food.
Yeah. Although, we had a cat staying at our house one time, and it would steal, like, food. Like, it would come over your shoulder and, like, take food off of your plate and, like, a whole pork chop and, like, run. And we're like, what? What? I've never seen a cat do that before. That was really fun. All right, next one?
Yep. It's Free Real Estate. I named it It's Free Real Estate because that's what everybody called it when it went viral, but the official title is Free House for You, Jim. It's from the Tim and Eric show or something. I don't know. I'm not too into Tim and Eric, but they're two comedians. This aired on Adult Swim. And
oh, okay. I was wondering where it came from.
Yeah, I've shown you this before,
I've definitely seen it. I was gonna say, I've seen this before. I'm pretty sure you showed me. So this one is just it's kind of like a infomercial kind of setup, you know? And they're like, it's free real estate. It's a free 2-bedroom house with free land. And it says it's for Jim.
Yeah.
And it was like, Jim, come get your land. You know, like just kind of Kind of really random and funny because, of course, like, why would you have an infomercial with free stuff just for Jim?
Yeah.
But that's what I was wondering. I was like, well, who is Jim? So, but this was definitely funny.
Yeah, I like the escalation here where they start just like, it's a free house for you, Jim, and then like as it goes on, they're like yelling more.
Yeah, like free pool with a pool in the back, free.
Yeah, and he's like,
just
it's
random.
Free.
Like, Jim, why aren't you coming to get your free stuff? Like, kind of thing. So weird.
And I like the bit at the end especially, and that's like the main part that went viral, where it's like a close up on the guy's face, and he uses it, does a hand sign and be like, "Come here," and he's like whispers, "It's free real estate."
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty funny.
Yep.
Random but funny. All right, the next one is Soup Store.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, would you say like anime?
Yes,
style?
This is from an anime. Well, this is from the abridged series of an anime.
Okay.
Which, an abridged series is a thing that was popular on YouTube like 10 or more years ago.
Okay.
And what people would do is they would like take an anime and then like overdub it with their own voice and cut it together how they wanted to make like a comedy version of it.
Okay.
And this is apart from that went viral after the fact. I don't know what like the original date was on it, but yeah.
This one was very funny. So one of the guys is in a soup store and calls the other one, and the guy's like, the guy in the soup store is shopping for clothes, right?
Yes.
And he's like, there's no clothes here, or whatever he says. And he's talking to the other guy, and he's like, well, where are you? What are you buying? He's like, I'm buying soup. He's like, well, go to another aisle. And he's like, there's more soup. And I thought the funniest part is where the guy says, where are you? And he's like, I'm at soup.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you at soup? Why are you shopping for clothes at a soup store? So again, totally random, but this was pretty funny.
Yeah, this is, I actually watched this series, so I had, both the original anime, which isn't very good, by the way. That's a bit of a controversial take, but...
Oh.
I think it's very bad. And
Okay.
And this abridged series, because I watched a few of those back in the day.
Yeah.
So I saw this before it got big. It blew up later on and has been, like, a popular thing circulating around the internet. Just because, like, I'm at soup and why are you buying clothes in the soup store? Very funny.
Yeah, it is very funny. Like, I feel like it's one of those things that I'll repeat. Like, I'm at soup. It's so goofy. I liked it.
Yep.
All right. The next one is Caramella Girls, but that's not the Swedish name, right?
Caramel Dancing.
Yes.
Yes, so I picked this because it was very, very popular back in the day, that, like, dance. People did all sorts of versions of different characters doing it, or themselves doing it.
Really?
This song was everywhere, like, back in 2008 when this went up. Like, it was incredibly popular.
Okay.
Viral.
How did I miss it? I have no idea. How did
Online,
I miss this?
it was an internet thing. It was not like a... IRL
I will
thing.
say 2008 was a year that I don't think I had internet, so that's probably why. Like, I didn't have internet at my house. I was trying to save money. So that's probably why I didn't catch this, but that's pretty funny. So this one it's like a Swedish dance song, and it's like these weird dancing girls, but overall it's a good vibe, right? Like,
yeah, well, there's actually a whole story behind this. Like, someone did a video essay, like, detailing the history behind this. So the song is by a different group, and it came out in, the late 90s or something.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
And
that.
then someone in the 2000s made a remix version of it that's basically like a Nightcore remix. Another reference to a earlier topic, of discussion.
Oh. Uh-huh.
And for whatever reason, that went viral, along with the dance, and this video in particular was made to capitalize on it, because they noticed, the record company that owned it noticed that it was going popular on the internet, so they rebranded it as the Caramella Girls. I don't remember the original artist, but, like, that wasn't like a real band that existed. That was like
Okay.
the studio still owned the rights to the song.
Okay.
So they were just like, let's get out ahead of this and, make a
I got
band out
you.
of it and make a YouTube video, like an official YouTube video for the song.
And just for reference, it's not like real people in the video. It's like an animated,
Yes.
pulsing, like, I guess background. I don't know how you say that, but like the animation's kind of like moving to the beat, and it's like these weird girls dancing, and they have like weird expressions on their faces. So it's very odd, but overall, good vibe.
And
yeah.
it's a very specific dance. It's
Yes.
like you're jumping and swaying side to side with your hands above your head, and you're clapping your
Yeah.
fingers and thumbs together.
And then it's like a sidestep,
Yeah.
one part. So it's an odd thing, but funny that it went so viral.
Yeah, and the song itself is this really like bubblegum pop, like electronic pop sort of deal.
Yeah, definitely European dance kind of music.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, next one is I Feel Fantastic. So my notes on this one is creepy, but I feel like I'll start singing the song now.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very creepy. I don't like this video. I find it
I don't even know how to
creepy.
describe it. Like, how do you, like, it looks almost like horror showish because it's almost like a mannequin kind of creepy illustration singing, and they're singing I Feel Fantastic. And it's a woman, I think, but it's just an like wearing a sweater, standing kind of in a corner, and it's just super creepy for some reason.
Right.
But
it's like a robot mannequin thing. And, it's just that sort of uncanny valley with like robots that look like, kind of human, but not quite.
Yes, so that's what makes it creepy, and honestly, the whole situation does not look fantastic. And I thought it was odd that it just kept going. Like, it wasn't like a short video. It was like a few minutes, right? And I thought that was kind of like, why does it keep going?
Yeah.
But again, I think it's a catchy little tune.
Well, I think that's supposed to be part of the, like, creepy part, is because it's like a robotic voice that's singing, and it's supposed to be like upbeat and cheery, but it's kind of like not quite. It's not a human singing. It's mechanicalized in some way, and also like the backing track is very chaotic.
Yes,
it's a lot of like sounds going off.
Yeah, it reminds me of like in a horror movie where like you have like a little kid like singing like a happy kid song, but they're in the middle of this like creepy chaos. Like the vibes just don't fit, Yeah. And that's what makes it even more creepy because it's out of place. That's what it reminded me of.
Also, something I in particular find creepy about this that is probably just me is just like, for whatever reason, the room this mannequin robot thing is in is just like, it's like an older house, and the lighting's, like, not great.
Yeah.
So it just creates this effect, like, I feel like I've been in a house exactly like this before.
Oh, yeah, creepy.
Which, for whatever reason's creepy to me, I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely. And then with that part where it kind of shifts the perspective and, like, the creepy mannequin person is on the ceiling and, like, that, it's just weird. I guess it's not on the ceiling, but it's upside, like the scene is upside down.
Yeah, they flipped the video.
Yeah, that's definitely creepy. So overall, I would definitely watch it, but it's creepy.
Yes. I had to get one weird horror thing in here, like I did last time.
Of course. Yeah, that's kind of like our thing. We gotta do some horror, so... All right, the next one is called Road Work Ahead.
Yes, this is a Vine, and it's literally just a guy driving, and he sees a sign that says road work ahead, and he says, I sure hope it does.
Yeah, it's like, him in his car, he's like, road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
This is a classic Vine.
Yeah, I was going to say classic Vine. It's definitely one of those things that is just like, I don't know, it's just so ridiculous but funny. And it's so short, which that's what I love about Vines. But I liked it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I picked this as a short palate cleanser after I feel fantastic. It's a
After
classic
the
Vine. It
creepiness.
was popular at the time, so you know.
Yeah, I miss Vine.
Yep.
All right. Well, okay, that one was 3 seconds of fun. The next one is Sims 3 patch notes.
Yes, so this is someone reading off the patch notes for The Sims 3, which I'm sure you know what The Sims are.
Yes.
Okay, for people who don't know, it's a video game where you, like, create little characters and then they interact and you, like, build a house for them and stuff.
Sims have been around forever. There's just been, like, different kind of iterations of it.
Yes.
So that's what, yeah.
And do you know what patch notes are?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I figured I just better ask.
Yeah. No, yeah, I appreciate you asking because there's a lot I don't know. But yeah, I do know what patch notes are. And so this went through, and patch notes are sometimes like super weird, right? But these
Especially in video games.
Yes, is a guy reading through all these like weird Sims notes and
Laughing at them.
it's just, yes, like hysterically laughing at how goofy it is because it's like the Sims cannot attend a graduation while they're on fire. Like they have to, I guess, not be on fire anymore before they can attend a graduation. Like just random, like weird stuff. Like you can't ask the Grim Reaper to make a baby. Like just like why would you do that? But people do. So
Well, yeah, it was a bug. I think you weren't supposed to be able to try to make a baby with the Grim Reaper, and they fixed that. So they're listing, yeah, you can't do that anymore in the new update.
yeah, so that was it's comical. Like just anytime you have a video like that too, where somebody is reacting to something by like laughing over the whole thing, that just to me is kind of contagious. Like it makes you laugh. Like whether it's hilarious or not, it's just kind of you're laughing at this person laughing about it,
Yeah, there's also the bit at the end, like, a meteor can hit a building, in which case everybody will attempt to leave if the meteor approaches, unless it's a school in which children are not allowed to leave and will always die.
Will always, and then they zoom in at will always die.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's dark. Yeah. Very funny. Like, I wonder who is, like, writing those notes in that particular, in that particular instance. Like, who's writing those words? It's just funny.
It's just bugs they, fixed, or
Right.
issues they addressed, and they're, like, because it's The Sims, it's a lot of wacky stuff can appear.
Right, but I think it's just the way they phrase it. They will always die, It's just, I don't know, kind of funny stuff. But, I mean, again, you are talking about, video games, not actual people, so it's all good. All right, well, the next one is You're Too Late.
Yep. You're Too Late Spider-Man. I left off the Spider-Man in the paste bin, so it was a surprise.
Oh, that's right, yeah. You're Too Late Spider-Man. So, do you want to describe this?
So this is a TikTok where you know how with TikTok people will like sometimes do songs where each people sing a different part.
Yeah.
And this is like, people were taking different parts of How to Save a Life by The Fray.
Mm-hmm.
And you have bass, the tenors, and so these people are all like recording themselves harmonizing to the song. And then the last one is the Green Goblin. And he says, "You're too late, Spider-Man. Weed has already been legalized."
So, did the Green Goblin actually say that?
No, that's a meme from somewhere else. I don't know the origin, but I think someone just thought it was be funny at some point for, like, the Green Goblin to say that to Spider-Man.
Right, because I didn't think that would be something that they would say, but then I was like, where did that come from? And that's exactly what I wrote down. What was this about? Like, where did this come from? So, but it is, funny because you're expecting that person to start harmonizing with the rest of them, but does not. So,
yeah,
there you
think they probably did it for the same reason I find it funny. It's just like a non sequitur.
Yes.
It's like these other people are doing this song and you appear as like the Green Goblin to say something wacky.
Yeah. Like totally doesn't go. Yeah. That was pretty interesting.
Alright, next?
Next.
Yes, next, Gigantamax Meowth.
This is another little 3-second video. It's just, I don't even know how to describe that. It's very short, and it's just, I think the title says it all.
This is from Pokemon, and it's, Meowth, a Pokemon, doing Gigantamax, which is a special feature thing where they get big, and it's... Meowth turns into a long cat and makes this really, like, screechy meow 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 noise.
I didn't know that was from Pokemon. I just thought it was like a random thing.
No, this is from a Pokemon game, and I thought it was a funny noise, so I included it.
It definitely, yeah, I liked it. I like those short little videos that are just like funny and random.
Yeah, lots of short ones this time.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, well, the next one is RuneScape Bob is a Gangster.
Free stuff blocks in parentheses.
What does that mean? What is Plox?
It means please. It's just an old way of writing please online.
I did not know that. I was like, what? That's what I wrote. They're dancing for free stuff Plox with a question mark. I thought this was so odd. Also, they reference noobs.
Yes.
A lot. What does that mean?
Noob is a short version of newbie. It got used a lot on the internet back in the day for, like, people who were new to, like, a forum or a game or something.
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, but I didn't know if that, like, was the same.
It started taking on, like, a negative connotation where you would throw it out as an insult, like calling someone a noob.
I got you.
And this is kind of, like, making fun of that. That's, like, the context for this.
Is that the context? I was like, wait,
well, okay.
it's so
RuneScape
funny.
is an old MMO, which is actually still ongoing. But, like, this video's from 2008, and it was, a game played in 2008 back in the day, and
what's an MMO?
Massively multiplayer online game.
We talked about that before.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. So this is like this whole channel was like a like comedy thing, riffing on RuneScape that I enjoyed back in the day, and in particular, it was like sort of like taking a satirical character who wasn't actually good at the game, but like called everybody a noob and was like, you suck, I'm great, like that sort of thing, kind of making fun of that mentality.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was just like, this is so odd. Like, and I did not know what Plox was, so that makes more sense now.
And the dancing for free stuff, that was like a thing people would do in the game sometimes back in the day, because you could, there were like emotes you could do, like a wave emote or like a dance emote, and people would do like the dance emotes and say like, give me free stuff please. So it was also sort of poking fun at that.
Okay. I had no idea. That was pretty funny though. Definitely random, and makes a lot more sense now that you explained it. Interesting.
Yeah, this is just something I remembered from back in the day, and I thought it would be funny to bring it back to watch now, so...
It is pretty funny, and especially because I have no reference at all and was like, what is this? So I remember the name RuneScape, but I didn't know the rest of what it was. So,
yep.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so the next one, Water, and the subtitle, I guess, is when you discover the subreddit for a hobby.
Yep.
So I thought this was pretty funny. Just because, like, I have a friend who is, like, all up in Reddit all the time, so I think it's hilarious. So it's basically this guy, and he's describing water, like, he's just drinking water out of a glass, and he kind of goes into, like, what you would say, like, a stereotypical, like, Redditor would go into, like, all these details, and
yeah.
It's like, if you're new to it, start out with Aquafina. Like, it's just very... I thought this was very funny.
Yeah, it's taking, like, a satirical look at someone who's, like, really, really into a hobby, like, in particular, like, on the subreddit for it, and, like, is using water something that's, like, over the top ridiculous for someone to be really into.
Yeah. But I mean, it still had some valid points. They're like, you can drink this in a tall glass, you can drink it in a short glass. Like, it was very funny, and I just thought that was hilarious. So, definitely satirical about subreddits and the whole, I guess, the black hole of information you get into on Reddit.
And people who are really into hobbies. And this is by ProZD, who's rather famous on the internet at this point for doing just like little short skits about different things. So I thought it would be neat to include one of his videos.
I like it. It definitely reminded me of my friend, as I said, who's into Reddit. And like, she will, for example, she was getting like some fish for her kid and like to have as pets, not to eat. And so she went down this whole rabbit hole of like how to take care of aquariums and like, you know, different plants to put it and like all kinds of stuff. And now she could tell you like anything you need to know about it. And it's just like, cause she has this tiny aquarium for her kid. And I just crack up because I'm like, this is definitely for people who just like go all out with hobbies. So
yep.
Anyway, fun times. Okay, the next one, I have watched this one before, Steel or Feathers.
Yes, I've shown this to you before.
Yes.
And it's from a Scottish comedian show, and it's like, I have a question for you. What's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers?
Yeah, and he goes into it, he's like, obviously it's steel, because steel is heavier. So then, like, one by one, these people are, like, trying to explain to him, like, no, it's the same. And then they have a scale with a kilogram of steel and a kilogram of feathers, and he's still, like, trying to calculate in his head. Yeah. And he's sitting there going, I don't understand. And, like, by the end of it, there's, like, 3 different people trying to tell him, like, it's the same. Like, look at it on the scale. It's exactly the same. It's the same weight. And he still is going, what? Like, he's just not wrapping his head around it. And it's really funny. His face, to me, is everything. Like, the expression on his face, he's just like,
yeah,
I don't
very
understand.
Good acting job doing that just look of confusion.
Yes, he did such a good job. It was hilarious. So, that one is definitely an oldie but goodie, right?
Yes.
Okay. On to the next one. Are you gonna wash your hands? So, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, so this is from an animated Justice League show or movie or something. They did a lot of these. I don't know, like, when specifically it was from, but, yeah. And the context for this is that, the Flash and Lex Luthor switch bodies somehow. Oh. And this is the Flash in Lex Luthor's body. That's why he's like, are we gonna do your plan? And he's like, yeah, the plan. I'm totally gonna explain that.
Yeah.
And as he's walking out of the bathroom, this other villain asks him, are you gonna wash your hands? And Lex says, no, because I'm evil.
I thought this was funny because to me it's accurate. Like, yeah, you're definitely evil if you don't wash your hands after you use the bathroom. But that was definitely another random one.
Yep.
And I didn't know that kind of subtext there, so, of them switching bodies, but it was obvious that he was like, yeah, we're going to talk about the plan. Like, he had no idea what the plan was. So that makes sense, but I thought that was a good justification there on his part. Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was a short, funny one-off.
Yeah, it was. Definitely. Okay.
All right, next.
The next one, which I think you may have shown me this one before, too. It's a cookie, and it's, who was it? Is it Kermit and the Cookie Monster?
Yes, and they're trying, like, they're playing a game where Kermit's trying to get the Cookie Monster to guess what something is based on the hints he gives them, and it's a clip from Sesame Street, except it's slowed down, and I think that makes it way funnier. It
really does, and you can see the mounting frustration that Kermit has with Cookie Monster.
Because he keeps guessing cookie. He's like, no, it's not a cookie.
Yeah. And he's trying to describe an orange, and he's like, it's something you eat, it's round, and it's orange. He's like, of course it's not a cookie, it's orange, but it's very slowed down. So that's what makes it more funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one.
Yep. What short ones this time? I guess it just picked a few short ones.
I like the short. I like the variety of the short ones. Yeah, because you can have a bunch of them with just like totally different subjects there. So that was good. The next one is Heavy Rain.
Yes, this is a scene from the game Heavy Rain with someone laughing over it. So Heavy Rain's a video game about a serial killer, and you play like different characters trying to find out like, you know, what's happening. And this scene in particular is this FBI agent's like tracking down a suspect, and he gets into a chase with him. And this is like, you know, there's button prompts that pop up, but this is what happens if you intentionally fail all the button prompts.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
Because I was wondering what I knew it was button prompts, but I thought like that's what you had to press for them to do that. But this was like a failed thing, right?
Yes.
So it's basically almost 3 minutes and it's somebody like laughing at all the shenanigans of this like chase scene, like they're being chased on foot through like the city. So they're going through, like, you know, they get, like, hit by a car, and they go through, like, restaurants, and, like, this looks like a fish market kind of thing, and just different stuff like that. So the person pursuing is just, like, all over the place, sliding around, like,
yeah,
just,
keeps bumping
you know.
into people, like, fails to open a door properly.
Yeah. Yeah, just so, like, slipping all around in a fish place, like, with all the ice on the ground. Like, and the person from the viewpoint of the video is like laughing hysterically at the shenanigans. So that was fun. Like I said, again, when you're watching something where somebody's laughing, like it just makes you like want to laugh as well. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I just thought this was a funny video of this. Just like what happens when you fail in this game, which, by the way, very bad game.
Really?
It got very good reviews when it came out, but I think it's just horrible.
Really?
But that's a totally different subject.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah. Don't play it.
Yeah, but this is a funny scene in that.
Yeah, very funny. All right. The last video.
Yep. Saving the best for last.
The best for last. We've definitely referenced this a lot. It's Potion Seller.
Yes.
So how would you describe this one?
So it's this guy who's got like a fisheye lens or something on his camera. It's like a webcam or something, and he's like filming himself. And because it's distorted, I guess it's not quite a fisheye lens, but there's a distortion to it. He's like moving at different places to like make his face look different, and he's playing two characters, a knight and a potion seller, and like the knight's trying to buy potions from the potion seller, but the potion seller's like, my potions are too strong for you.
And they just keep going back and forth. He's like, I need your potions, I'm going into battle, and the potion seller's like, no, you can't have my potions, they're too strong. And it's just a constant back and forth. And it's just like, by the end of it, it's just like so funny because it's like they're getting nowhere with this conversation. But it's definitely one that we always reference. Even like Travis and I will reference it. We're like, potion seller. Because he's saying it with like a funny accent.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those random like
Yeah.
random videos that get stuck in your head, I think.
Yeah, and this went viral. It's over 10 years old at this point, so.
Yeah, and millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely made its rounds.
Yeah, very creative, as you would say. It's just someone who, like,
yeah.
came up with an idea and went with it, and it's just, you know, one guy in his room just doing a acting bit.
And it caught on.
Yeah.
I mean, very funny. Yeah, so I think that's the last one on our list.
Yes.
It's a very wonderfully curated list, I will say, for this episode of random YouTube videos. I always enjoy these because it's just like so off the wall, like stuff, again, that I would never watch myself. But definitely things that we will continue to reference, I'm sure. So I thought it was good.
Yeah. I went with some shorter ones this time.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's just what I was feeling. I don't know. I think there's a bit less that required context this time, too.
Yes.
Like, there were still some where I had to explain, like, what exactly was happening.
Yeah.
But I think last time had quite a bit more of those.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, these were definitely funny, though. I would definitely give them a watch if you haven't seen them before.
Except the creepy one.
Yeah, especially the Yee one, the dinosaur one. Yeah, so this was fun times.
Yeah.
Enjoying reacting to videos with you.
Alright, well, if we don't have anything else, I guess you'll take us out.
I sure will. Well, this has been Beach View. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed it. Bye!
Bye!